Wow, so Donald Trump just got some absolutely horrific news today as the CEO of Walmart just reported their earnings. And I tell you, Donald Trump, Captain Caplocks, is not going to like it. His merry band of incompetent fools, they're going to be scrambling around the White House trying to distract you, trying to get your mind off of this stuff. But guys, I'm just telling you, Walmart's basically coming out and saying prices are higher. The market can see it also. And if you've been following this, I think it's down for a fifth straight day. And there's a string of news coming out that's all related. And this week is just absolutely awful for Trump. So I want to go over what's going on. Doug McMillon, the CEO over at Walmart. So this is the country's largest retailer, right? So that's why I got to pay attention to them. They're basically saying here, we've continued to see our costs increase each week, which we expect will continue into the third and fourth quarters. Okay, so let this sink in. Each week, right, the place that all the MAGA go shopping, right? Often these are in red states, talking about Walmart here. People buy their groceries there. People, this is from the CEO of Walmart, are going to be seeing their price increase every week. And it's only going to get worse as we go into the third and fourth quarter. So basically, Christmas may not be so great under Trump. And this is all due to the tariff policy. And we're looking at more and more months of this stuff. But here's what really makes it worse, right? This is from McMillan. He says, we're keeping our prices as low as we can for as long as we can. But how long is that going to go, right? And that's why they mentioned the third and fourth quarter, things are really going to get ugly. So that's not a promise. That's a warning. Like he's telling people, this is the CEO over at Walmart, he's telling people, guys, prices are going to go up third and fourth quarter. And wow. So when are the angry tweets going to come out from Trump regarding this? You know they're going to come out. Trump's probably going to tweet, oh yeah, failing Walmart, disloyal Doug, right? You guys know what it is. He'll call this whole Walmart thing fake news. Because before, when Walmart was talking about, hey, we're going to most likely increase prices, Trump got upset about that stuff. Because in the Trumpy land, they try to pretend that other countries are going to pay the tariffs, like if that makes any sense. But if you watch my channel, you know this. The costs are going to get passed on to the consumer. You have to make this crystal clear. That's why you're seeing price at Walmart go up every week, and that's why you're going to see it worse in the third and fourth quarter. What is the White House doing right now? So right now, they are actually bragging about the tariffs. They're bragging about price increases, which is so bizarre, but that's what they do. So just a few hours ago, I'll show you the tweet right here. They're saying the numbers speak for themselves. Over 150 billion in tariff revenue. And they got this, cool green chart. You can see it go up there and they're like, oh, look at Biden. Biden's the red. And Biden only got 8 billion in tariffs, but we're getting 150 billion in tariffs. Wow, fantastic. Like if you understand what they're doing over there, they're celebrating taxing Americans who need the help. It's ridiculous. Remember, the Republican policy is all about tax cuts for billionaires, but hey, let's put more tax burden on the people who need the help the most, right? The people who are struggling. That's what they're doing here. And so, and they're celebrating this stuff. It's crazy. And if you understand what tariffs are, it's a tax. It's a tax on imports coming into the country, right? Tax on American companies. The American companies are going to pass that cost on to you, the American consumer, right? I think you know this. And we haven't seen tariffs like this since the Great Depression, since the 1930s, right? The Smoot-Hawley Act, which we try to warn people about. We knew this stuff was coming, but now that it's here, now that Walmart's saying it, and now it looks like third and fourth quarter are going to be ugly. I mean, it's pretty insane out there. And I just want to, emphasize the seriousness of this. I know we make jokes on this channel, but you're talking about real costs for real families. Now, the craziest thing about this is, okay, how will the Trump people figure out how to, play this down? because Walmart prices going up, right? This is where MAGA shops. This is where MAGA lives. This is where MAGA works. How are they going to play that off to their base? Because at the end of the day, I always tell you guys the same thing, don't necessarily believe what someone tells you on TV, or don't even necessarily believe what I say. I'm just being honest. Believe what your wallet tells you and what your bank account tells you, because you will know the cost of stuff. And the weird thing is, like, when Trump always bragging about tariffs, I mean, one way to think about it is like, why would you celebrate taxing your people more? Why would you celebrate that their bank accounts are going down and they're struggling? I mean, something's wrong with Trump. And I think for anyone to still be supporting this tariff stuff, you got to be doing some insane mental gymnastics. I mean, hey, I guess I'll give you a gold medal for mental gymnastics on this. But yeah, there's no good way that this is going to end, and we're going to see it exactly in the third and fourth quarter in price increases. So what else did the CEO over at Walmart say? So let me tell you. He says, quote, it's McMillan, "The way things have played out so far, the impact of the tariffs has been gradual enough that any behavioral adjustments by the customer have been somewhat muted." Okay, so we haven't seen big changes yet from the consumer because prices are going up, but it's kind of slow, right? Muted. But here's a translation, like how else could you think about this, is that customers haven't yet seen the full impact of the tariffs yet, right? That's sort of how you interpret what the CEO is saying. That's why they mentioned third and fourth quarter. So, we quite haven't seen it. And this is the other big bombshell quote from the CEO. He says, "But as we replenish inventory at post-tariff price levels, we've continued to see our cost increase each week, which we expect will continue into third and fourth quarter." Okay. Now, if you understand what's going on, they're basically saying, hey, each week costs are going to go up. From the CEO of Walmart, costs will increase each week, okay? Because they're going to run out of inventory that they bought pre-tariffs, and then basically all the new stuff they're going to be selling to you going into, say, third and fourth quarter is going to be the tariff-affected stuff, and they're going to have to raise prices. I mean, this is what's real here. Now, Walmart, for those of you that don't know, they have roughly like 5,000 stores in the USA. They employ like 1.6 million Americans, so it's like really a lot. It's a big part of the economy. And many of the red states, some cities like the Walmart is the major employer. That's sort of the sort of conglomeration of where everyone comes, right? You go, you get your groceries there and stuff like that. And for Trump, he probably never been in a store at all. So he actually has no idea what's going on in prices, just whatever his advisors tell him, essentially. And because Trump doesn't know.
But likewise, an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it in the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof, and I campaigned on that. I talked about the word groceries for a lot.
Walmart's in an interesting spot because are they going to have to change their branding? I mean, their current logo, I guess their slogan is save money, live better, right? And their whole strategy is to keep prices as low as possible as they can. But with tariffs and for their costs going up, for them to just keep the lights on, they're going to have to pass it on to the consumers the same way that other companies are as well, be it your Targets. And is this week like make everything more expensive in America week? It certainly feels like that. Sony just announced that their PlayStation 5 prices are going to go up $50 on their consoles. So I guess now they're going to be like $550 each, which is obviously really expensive. They're quoting challenging economic environment is what they're saying. And basically means due to the tariffs, we're going to have to raise prices. On top of that, you've also got news from Apple TV Plus. They're raising prices also. They're going up 30% from $9.99 a month to $12 $9.99 a month. So just think about this. Groceries are going up. Walmart CEO says, yo, things are going to cost more money. PlayStation's like, yo, we're going to have to raise prices at Sony. Apple, like your streaming services are going to go up. Like all these prices are going up. Market is coming down this week. And all the Trump people can do is just tweet out angry tweets. So then now the White House goes back to a time and tested strategy. When their economic policy fails, what do? You retweet some sort of racist thing. And what is it today? Well, we're going to show you this thing, Guardians of the Homestead, right? You're going to try to give this romanticized version of the colonial era. You want to show, hey guys, we're the white people fighting off the foreign invaders. Look at, there's our dog, there's our guns. Do you guys see this? And that's what you do when you want to distract people from your terrible economic policy. You rile up their racist feelings. Or they'll tweet out something like, oh, we're ending woke and look at our American eagles. That's the Trump people's strategy. You can actually see it on a daily basis. And it's frustrating to have to go through this stuff every day, but this is who it is. And that's the question, is like, how long will these angry tweets keep his people placated when their costs are going up? And, you know, from the Trump perspective point of view is like, well, I just have to just keep throwing, you know, red meat and you know, dog whistles at my crowd. And as they go broke, will they still go along with said stuff? And that's sort of what we track every day. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I do appreciate your time always. And I'll catch you all in the next video.